Hi, I'm Sharon Bill. Welcome to my Theory Tuition series, and we're working through step by step the ABRSM Theory Grades, and we've now got to the point where we can take the ABRSM past papers. So we're looking at the 2016 past papers, and we're on to section or paper C. I've lots of resources available to help you on my website. If you go to sharonbill.com, you'll find some free PDF information sheets. They're available in US letter or A4, and they accompany the whole series. And so all the information that you need to know can be found in this document. It's free to download, and also it can give you links on my website to all of the YouTube video tutorials where I take you through each step of the ABRSM Grade 1 workbook. You can also access information about the books I have available. I've written a book, How to Take Your ABRSM Music Theory Exam. It's full of tips and techniques on how to best prepare for your exam, and also how to best make use of the time once you're in the exam room. So if you go to sharonbill.com, it's all there for you. If you can give me a like, that'd be great, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. There's loads more to come. And so now let's crack on, and we'll move to page 10, which is the beginning of Theory Paper Grade 1 C of the year 2016. So you must always write in pencil. Even for the actual exam, you need your ruler and an eraser, because if you notice it says answers must be written clearly and neatly, otherwise marks may be lost. So make sure you've got a couple of sharp pencils, or use a mechanical pencil, just so you know you're going to stay neat and tidy. So I hope that you've had a go at this paper on your own first of all. It's always better to learn by your mistakes. Don't just copy through it with me, but do try it on your own first. So I'm hoping that you've done that. And now we're going to look through these together. So let's look at the first question. Question 1 asks us to add missing bar lines to these two melodies. So we've got two separate melodies with two separate time signatures. So just keep your eyes out there. And the first bar line in each is given. So we're counting to 3 crotchet beats, or 3 quarter notes per bar here. 1, 2 plus 1 equals 3 bar line. And so 1, half, half makes 1, half, half makes 1, 1, 2, 3, there's our next bar line. 1 and a half plus a half plus 2 halves makes 1. 1 and a half, 2, 3. So there's our next bar line. If you do just annotate your copy here, you can always rub it out afterwards. 1 plus 1 and a half plus a half makes 3. And then you know you've not gone wrong, because this last bar has 3 beats in it, and so that's correct. And so then you would just rub out your little bits of thinking as you've been scribbling and thinking those things through. And that way your copy is nice and neat. So the next one, we've got to add up to 4 crotchet beats, or 4 quarter notes per bar. So we've got a 3 add a 1 is 1. There we go. So we're starting from this point. 1 and a half plus a half is 2. Plus 1 makes 4. There we go. A 2 add a 2 makes 4. And that leaves us with a 4 beat at the end, so that we know we're correct. Now question 2 asks us to write a 2-bar rhythm. This occurs in your Music Theory and Practice workbook, but from 2018 onwards this will no longer feature on the exam papers, so you won't be required to answer this sort of question. And so we're going to just ignore that now and move on, because that won't appear in any of the exam papers now. So we'll skip ahead to question 3. So question 3 asks us to write the tonic triads named below. So that's the first part of the question. We've got to write the triad on the tonic. And then the second part of the question asks us to use the correct key signature. So we've got 2 parts to this question. So I'm going to choose to do this second part of the question first. So D major, we know, has a key signature of F sharps and C sharps. So it's on the top line and that third space up. So D major, of course, must begin on a D. So there's the first note of our scale. Just watch which clef you're in. That's perhaps a bit big, isn't it? I think I got a bit carried away there. Shall we just tidy that up? There's the first, second is the line, third is the space, fourth, fifth, because it's 1, 3, 5. First, third, fifth. That makes your triad. And if you notice, when you start on a space, it's always space, space, space. If you start on a line, it's line, line, line. So it kind of does the thinking for you. Okay, so we're in bass clef now. We need to write the key signature of F major. F major has B flats. It's really important that you learn these keys straight off. You could always jot them down at the start of the exam. And so we want to note F. I'm going to start low here on this bottom F, below the G line. So there's 1, 3, 5. First, third, fifth. There we go. So let's have a look at question 4 now. Question 4 asks us to add a rest at each of the places marked with a star in these 2 melodies. So watch out, we're going to have 2 different time signatures to make each bar complete. So we've got some gaps here that we need to complete. So we need to be adding up to 2 beats in a bar. So let's see what we've got so far in this first bar. We know that we've got 4 quarter beats all being together. That gives us 1 beat. We've got a half a beat here and a quarter of a beat here. So that makes 3 quarters. And so we need another quarter, and so we need a semi-quaver or a 16th note rest. So we just have to add that extra little stem on in the middle, a little tail in the middle. There we go. Let's glance ahead. So now this bar, we should add up to 2. We've got 1. We need another 1. And so there's our crotchet beat or quarter note rest. I do like a Z with a C. This last bar is completely empty. Now, first of all, you could perhaps be mistaken and think I'll add a 2 beat rest and add this half note or minim beat rest. You would only get half marks for that though, because if you remember, a semi-breve or a whole note rest also just means a complete bar's rest regardless of the time signature. And so you need to show that it's a complete bar's rest. Although that is technically too big, that's worth 4 beats and this is 2 beats per bar. That's the accepted shortcut way of a complete bar's rest, no matter what the time signature. So you'd need to do a whole note or a semi-breve rest. Next one. So now we are counting to 4 beats in a bar. So let's see what we've got in this first bar. We've got half plus a half makes 1. Half plus a half makes another 1. We've got 2 beats, so we need a 2 beat rest. Now the rule is we can have this 2 beat rest here. There's our minim or half note rest, so long as it doesn't cross over the halfway point of the bar. Were it to go over that halfway point, we'd have to add 2 individual crotchet beat rests, 2 quarter note rests. However, because it's the first half of the bar completely, we're allowed to do that. Let's look at the next bar. We've got, it's a busy bar here, we've got a 1 beat, a half, and then we've got 2 halves that make 1, a half and 2 quarters that make 1. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and a half beats. So we just need a half a beat, which is our quaver rest or our 8th note rest. And that's the end of that. So that's that page complete. I hope that's been helpful to you. If that's true, give me a like. That'd be really encouraging to me, and subscribe to my channel to keep updated. If you find that you're a little bit rusty in any of these subjects, please do refer to the PDF documents that you can find on my website, or go back over some of the video tutorials you'll find in the Grade 1 playlist, and then you can just go over and brush up on some of those topics that you're not so sure of. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.